Welcome back, guys. Today we're at one of the farms that we rent, and we are going to be baling some hay. We've had about 3 dry days in a row, which feels like pretty much the only time that's happened this year. We've been getting a lot of rain. Pretty much all the hay we've done so far this year has had to been wrapped because it has too much moisture in it. So this 1 week looked like it was going to be really good, and it has been. So my dad cut this entire farm down. This entire farm's in hay. He cut it down about 3 days ago, and that's about what it takes to get hay dried. So it looks like they're making pretty good progress. I worked all day today, came home. It's about 5 o'clock now, so it's kind of like an all hands on deck situation where my one uncle was baling. He went home for supper, so I'm gonna jump on the baler that he was using, and my dad's also baling, so we have 2 balers going today. And then I also have another uncle who is also here, and he's going around and collecting all the hay bales that are ready and putting them in rows like this. And then the idea behind that is we can once we're all done, we'll bring the wagon in, park it right in between these 2 rows, and then it's really nice and easy just to load these all on the wagon and take them back to our farm. So anyways, I'm gonna go find out whereabouts they are. I can see more hay stacked up there, so it looks like they're making pretty good progress. So I'm gonna go find out what's happening and get baling. All right, so I just dropped Dad off something to eat and drink. He's gonna keep going. I guess my other uncle that I thought had already went home for supper is still here, so I'm just gonna go over and let him know I'm here. I can take over, and then he can go home for supper, and I'll take over baling for him. And there's my new ride. So the first field I came into, then there's the field that Dad was in, and this field here, it's all done. And so I'm heading up to the next one now that my uncle has about half done, and that's where I'm gonna get started. Well, we're underway. Things are going good. I did the first bale there, and I forgot to ask what size of bales they're doing, but 58-inch bales. The machine tells me anyways, that little guy there, it lets me know, but it just kind of gives you a bit of a warning beep as you're coming up to it. So I just took her a bit easy on that first one to make sure that I stopped at the right time. So we're doing 58-inch bales, and yeah, my uncle's about half done this field. Looks like he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, I'm not going to count them all. We're actually getting quite a bit of hay this year because this is still our first cut. We haven't been able to get first cut off even yet, just because it's been so wet all year, and 95% of the stuff we do have cuts all wrapped. So this is very welcome, getting all this nice dry hay. There's my uncle collecting some hay. I guess he's I just got here obviously, but assuming he's kind of moving back and forth between the fields that we're baling here and putting them all in the nice rows like I was talking about before. So when we're all done, it's nice and easy just to bring the wagon over, park her in between the rows there, and load them on and take them back to our farm. Well, we got the whole crew here now. But my dad's up there baling, I'm baling. Looks like Dad's just going around trying to pick up any little spots that were missed, because when you're cutting around a island kind of thing like that, there's a lot of little pieces that are hard to pick up. So he's just going around getting all those. And there's my other uncle back picking up the bales. So we're getting her wrapped up here pretty quickly now. Well, got that last field tied up, so that's 3 out of the 5 on this farm done. I just started this other little field here. My dad's in the other one. They're all kind of, I guess there's one that's bigger, but the rest of them are all kind of like just little fields like this. I think it's 40 acres in total. So hopefully we'll, with the 2 balers and that, we'll have this wrapped up in another hour or so. So fingers crossed, everything goes well, no machinery breaks down, and should be out of here. Not sure what time it is. I'm guessing it's 6:30 or something, maybe done around 7:30, 8 o'clock, just before the dew hits the ground, and hopefully we can get this whole farm baled up tonight and have all the hay dry to be picked up tomorrow. Looks like Dad's done his field, so he just popped in here now and he's helping me, so we'll be have this tied up in no time now. Well, we're down to our last couple windrows of hay here, so figured I'd let Dad finish. I'll let him pass there because I know it's probably pretty noisy on the camera, but figure I'd let him finish these 2 and see how it works out. Rather end up with 1 full bale if possible rather than 2 half bales. So all right, here we go, last row. Let's see how this works out. Looks like he's gonna end up with a tiny little bit. So it's definitely worth me holding off because at least we get 1 more full bale. Looks like Dad's gonna bail her up. That's gonna be a pretty tiny bale, I think, but we'll see how she works out. Imagine he'll drive around a bit looking for some extra stuff. So on the newer baler that I have, you can just hit a button. It's called wrap, and no matter how big of a bale is in the baler, it'll just put the twine around it for you. The one Dad's got's a bit different. It's older, so you have to get out and push a lever for it to be able to do that. So while he's doing that, maybe I'll demonstrate to you guys what this thing is. This thing's a moisture meter for hay, so you can tell if it's dry enough or not. I haven't checked it at all today yet, because when I showed up, they, like, all my two uncles, my dad, they're all baling, so obviously I know that it's dry. But this can help you. You can also just do a feel test. Like, if you feel the hay on the ground, you can obviously tell if it's wet or dry. But the issue is, like in big fields, you don't want to have to be running around the whole field trying to, you know, see what sections are wet, what sections are dry. You know, if part of the field's had sun on it, some of it hasn't. So anyways, long story short, once you get your first bale or first few bales done, you can just put this moisture meter in and see what they're reading. So let's see how this works. There's the little moisture button there. You put her in. And it'll give you a reading. 14.7. Hopefully you guys saw that. 8. So it'll differ, like, as you go around. 14.4. So you usually check a few different spots, and you know, 14.4. So that's pretty dry. That's well within reason. So you just like to check a few spots and make sure nothing's like 30 or something, because that's where you run into issues putting wet hay inside a barn. That's when you can catch something on fire. So good to always just check. Well, we are completed for the day. We got 111 bales, and that's 4x5s, so that means they're 5 feet high, 4 feet wide, and that's a pretty good day. So it's about 8 o'clock now. It's probably start getting dark here soon, so it's nice to be able to have a bit of time to get the tractor and stuff home before it gets dark. So anyways, guys, that's going to be everything for me today. Really appreciate you watching. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you next time.